Hello, all you lovebirds out there. It's your host, the most Benjamin Dutil, back with another exciting episode of the Horror Hidden YouTube channel and the South Jersey Horror Podcast. I am joined today with Lauren O'Hara. She is joining me all the way on the other side of the globe from New Zealand, which I thoroughly, really appreciative of. You're not the first actor I've talked to in New Zealand, which is really cool. I love talking to New Zealand actors. They were so cool. So, yes, Milo Cawthorn. I don't know if you're familiar with who Milo Cawthorn is. He was with Deathgasm. He lives in
Hmm.
Auckland. Really cool guy. And Amy Donald, she also lives in Auckland as well. So phenomenal guest. I swear, I can't. I'm going to shut up. I'm nervous. Okay, leave me alone. Uh,
You're fine.
um. Anyway, you play Adeline in the movie Heart Eyes, which came out this year. Um. First, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And please, everyone, give a warm welcome to Lauren. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic today. I'm so happy talking to you. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this little interview.
I'm excited as well 'cause I love the movie, and I want to point out and state the fact that your character's death was one of the best moments in the entire film. Just
Hmm.
say, it's just it was a great kill scene, and I think and this film was actually one of the best rom-com horrors I've watched in a long time.
Hmm.
So great movie. So if you please could indulge us and maybe even enlighten us. Um, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into acting. I mean, I want to know who you are.
Um, Also, thank you so much for all that praise just then. And I think, yeah, my kill is not to toot my own horn, but my kill is pretty good in the movie. It's it's pretty amazing. But anyway, back to me. Obviously I'm from New Zealand, as you said. I also happen to have behind me this giant New Zealand flag, which I thought was like so fitting. This isn't actually my house. I'm currently dog sitting. As you can see, this is Rocket here. She's the beautiful dog that I'm looking after. But I thought it was quite funny that I'm from New Zealand and there's a giant flag, especially given as we're not actually like super patriotic as a country. But it's cool anyway. So yeah, I'm from New Zealand. I'm originally from Wellington, although I live here in Auckland now. Um, I've been acting professionally for a few years. I went to Toi Whakaari, the New Zealand Drama School, graduated in 2021, then moved up here. I mostly do I do lots of voice acting is my main thing, like commercial stuff here in New Zealand. So nothing you would have heard if you're in the States or. Um, and yeah, just a few little New Zealand projects, and Hard Eyes was like my first international feature. So it's been a really incredible experience, and I've been so excited with the hype that it's had, both internationally and here in New Zealand as well. Um, and yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Phenomenal. I love it. And like I said, most talented actors and actors come from New Zealand. I lied to you earlier. Milo Cawthorn is not from Auckland. He is in I can't pronounce the name of the town or the city. Um,
That's okay.
it starts with a W, but it's pronounced with a V. I cannot remember it's called.
Oh, yeah. There's a few places where that could be. So yeah. Oh, Rocket.
I remember him giving me a hard time because I pronounced it wrong.
Mm,
So,
yeah,
anyway, um, invented games. I'm screwed. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so
that's all right. I've also got dog disturbances happening. So it's okay. My housemate's got it down. Got it down. Apologies for the dog interference.
no worries. Like I said I love dogs. I have four rescues of my own, and they're
Oh,
my world. So, um,
oh, that's so
yeah.
sweet.
Okay, so this being your first horror film,
Hmm.
what made you audition for the role of Adeline?
Oh, oh. I think it sort of aligns with why I like being an actor, and that is that you get to experience things and do things that you never do in real life, you know? And I think particularly with a horror film, you're going to like these huge extremes, like you're getting chased by a serial killer with a emoji mask and retractable arrows. So, um, although there are things in life which are very similar to that, like that extreme in terms of the emoji mask is absurd and wild. And because it has those comedy elements as well, you can kind of be a little silly with it. Still grounded, but like you can be a little bit silly with those sort of things. Also, the script was just so fun. The script was really, really cool. And it changed a lot since the first initial audition script. Originally, Adeline was a little bit more passive. She was a little bit more ditzy. And then after I got the role, they were like, actually, she's kind of in charge here. She wears the pants in this relationship, which you kind of see when she's like mouthing along the words and like the very, very start. Um, so it was really fun to see that kind of evolve as well, because both versions were so fun to do and a real joy to play. Yeah.
Okay. Now you how I felt. Now you describe how I felt to be part of your first horror movie. How does it feel to be part of a campy rom-com horror now that we switched up a little bit? I mean,
Yeah. um, I mean, I'm knocking off two genres at once, two first. I think my part was more, we saw a glimpse of the rom-com in the start, and then it quickly turns. So I would love to do another rom-com where it stays in that world a bit more. But it was just so delightful to be on set, and Alex, my scene partner, was so much fun. Um, and the vibes were just fantastic on set in terms of it being a rom-com and a slasher. You've got people there like on the jokes, and also people there with like these prosthetic things. I won't say too much. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there's a lot of prosthetics and SFX that went into that.
oh, well,
Movie.
we'll get into that in a minute. If they haven't seen it by now, it's their fault. I mean, it's been out for a while.
True.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Go see
so
it.
if you happen to describe things, too bad. I mean, I'm not going to stop you from describing things if you don't want. If you want to spoil something, go ahead. I don't care. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
it's been out for a long time. They should have watched it by now. I'm just so
That's so true.
so. By the way, I'm interviewing Alex at the end of this month, so
Oh,
it's gonna be
cool.
great. Yeah, yeah. He says hi, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, fun.
I spoke to him a couple days ago through email,
Yeah.
and I had the dates mixed up, so I had to reconfirm. And I was like, okay, it's like yes, April 30th. I won't be talking to him because he thought it
Mm,
was today. I was like, no, it's the 30th. So
yeah.
yeah, he said just make sure you say I tell Lauren it's a hi. I'm like I'm
Oh,
sure I
fun.
will. So
Yeah.
so you described your character, Adeline, wearing the pants in the relationship. What else can you say about her? What else can you describe?
Oh, well, I think we all know someone who is a little bit like Adeline. She's always like, I had this book. Oh, I wish I was at my actual house right now so I could show you it, but I'll describe it to you. I had this book that I had made, which I'd written as Adeline, and I had used gel pens for everything, like sparkly gel pens. So that kind of ties a little bit into kind of her character, and everything was super neat. And I had created her Instagram, and I kind of had this idea that she was maybe like a little micro influencer, and she's always there with like a full face. She always looks fabulous. I mean, even when we were filming it, our kind of motto for Adeline was that she's hot and hysterical. So, she's always there looking good, but she's also a hysterical mess, obviously, given the circumstances. Um, but what else about Adeline? I think she's a fighter. She really is. Like, she works so hard
Huh.
to stay alive in this movie. And I don't think she makes any dumb decisions. Maybe the great press could be seen as a dumb decision, but I wouldn't know what that thing is. I would have no idea what that press was. So I think it was still a smart decision, which kind of goes for the whole movie, actually. I think there's no dumb decisions in this, which is quite cool. Um, but maybe we were robbed of our final girl. Maybe Adeline could have been the final girl in another universe.
That is very true. That is a fact. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very true. So for those who have not seen this movie yet, and shame on you for not seeing it because it's been out since
Mhm.
February. Um, so quick description. The movie begins with a goofy marriage proposal from a guy who wittingly appreciates that his love makes him think, which I think is like the one of the funniest things in the world. Um, what was going through your mind when that scene started?
During filming or when I was watching
Yes,
it? Filming?
both.
Oh,
If you could describe both, please.
well, there are a few things going on those first few days of filming. Um, I had been quite sick just before filming, and I had what's it called, bronchitis, where you have like a residual kind of
Yep.
cough thing. And in between, I know that Alex had his own sort of thing going on, and so in between takes, we're on the brink of death. I'm like here like dying of of coughing, not actually, but like I'm being dramatic. And I'm like, like getting water over. Everyone's got lozenges coming over. And I was fine. I just had like this cough. And then we have to go straight into this like really like it's supposed to be like perfect, immaculate, um, sort of wedding scene. And so that was a challenge, but the actual scene itself, like Alex was, like I said, such a joy to work with. And there was so much play in that scene as well. I can't remember whose idea it was for the mouthing of the lines to happen, but that somehow came up. I think that might have been Josh's idea actually. Well, maybe it was written in the script. I can't remember. I can't remember, but it was a fantastic addition anyway. Um, and it was also freezing. It was also the middle of winter when we were filming here in New Zealand. Um, and that was another thing. But honestly, the joy of that scene and the play in that scene overcame all those sort of obstacles that we had. So yeah,
Yeah, so after watching the movie, what did you think of the scene?
it was hilarious. I was honestly so proud of me and Alex. I was like, look at us go. We were getting laughs. I remember the first time I watched it, it was the cast and crew screening. We were getting laughs the whole way through. And then the second time I watched it was with friends. Um, and once again, they were laughing. And you could tell that they were like real laughs. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, we did it, Alex. We're funny. Yeah.
Well,
So
what I tell every actor that I talk to is that you got the role, you
mhm.
auditioned, and you delivered to perfection. It was flawless. I
Oh.
loved it. So, um, I want to know how. Okay, after reading the script, know what was going to happen. It's like, oh
Mhm.
shit, my character's gonna die in this weird way. How did you mentally prepare for that?
Oh, I don't even know. I think in terms of actual prep, there wasn't much I actually did. I mean, I partly got hired because my scream was pretty good. It was a pretty good scream. Apparently, according to the soundie, my scream was like the highest decibel or whatever you call it. Like he was like,
Yeah.
you actually technically have the loudest scream and the biggest scream here. I was like, oh, okay. But honestly, when it came down to it, being on set was enough to sort of prepare for it because even though the hard eyes killer kind of is a bit funny in terms of like he has a silly kind of mask, but it's also still scary. When you are in that space on set and you look up and you see Alex the stunty in that mask and like his like presence as that killer, it's actually quite a lot. And I had to do this like not look at him while I was on set because otherwise I would like start doing what I should be doing while the camera's rolling, like it was actually quite menacing and especially in person. And Alex's whole aura that he brought to it while he was on set was really cool. It was really cool.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I'm very envious of actors of what they get to do on set because it's one of those things I get stage fright very easily. So,
Mm,
so when I was given a part in a small part in a horror movie coming up called The Farmhouse Murders. So, but my part is on camera, like
mm.
digital camera right here, which is very easy for me to do. And the part that I play is a podcaster. I'm like, well, shit, I could do that
Oh
easily.
yeah.
So, so yeah, and that just comes natural. It's like a 30-second part, but it's great. So,
That's cool.
it,
That's real
it's
cool.
it's a start. So
Mhm. Yeah.
okay,
It's
so
really-
your infamous death scene, if you can, walk us through it and what happened before and during and after.
In the
Like,
actual like movie or on set?
well, okay, so maybe you could walk us through like how was it set up? I mean, how was it
Oh
done in
yeah.
your words?
Yeah. Um, so it was always written in the set and from the beginning, sorry, not on the set, in the script from the very, very beginning that I would meet my death in a giant grape crusher. I remember thinking like, what does this look like? I look at the audition script, I'm like, what does this machine even look like? Because I've never seen this before. Looked it up, they were kind of got an idea of it, but it wasn't until actually got on set and saw this giant thing that the props people had made. It was like, oh, that's what it is. And they made it so it had it could all kind of come apart. The door, the things that come in were moved by people. So when I was filming it and I'm going like this, there are people on either side of it, of the props people going like this and slowly moving it with these handles. And there was one point where I had to like, I was like, oh hi, sorry, what's your name? I just want to know who's like crushing me, if that's okay. And then we had a little chat like between this wall of this grape crusher thing. And that was quite cute. Obviously there was water in the tank, and they had heated it, and it was a really, really delightful temperature. It was one of those things where the ads are like, okay, let's get Lauren out of there so she can stay warm. I'm like, it's like a spa in here. It's like a spa day. And they're like, yeah, okay, but Lauren, we actually have to get you out. I'm like, oh. But it was actually really nice. And they had said that they were going to heat it from the get-go, but they were like, I don't actually know how warm we'll be able to get it. They they were treating me so well. And there were little fake grapes that were floating around, and I was just there playing with the grapes in between takes, and it was honestly so much fun. Um, and yeah, and then the following day they filmed the bit where the blood comes around. I wasn't there for that, but the whole thing like moved and functioned, and it was really cool. It was a really cool set to be working on.
Like I said, it was one of the most notable deaths in the movie. Um, the first death in the movie, obviously, so it was just great. So I'm thinking maybe a grape spa. I will have to make the. I'm gonna have to put like grapes in my hot tub now just to make sure how see how it feels. So
Yeah.
make it
There's
a
also
warm.
oh, after
Go,
you, after you.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there was also some other things like it was random stuff like dish soap they were pouring in there to make it kind of frothy and other bits and pieces. So it wasn't like just like a warm bath with grapes. It was a little bit, I don't know, but it was nice. But I wouldn't know if I would like stay in there for too long. Yeah, so
You're
it's a
gonna turn to a grape
cocktail.
eventually. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
a wine bath. I gotta try that. So
Mhm.
maybe we'll do it for my wife's birthday tomorrow. I'll give her a wine bath. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you're seeing you died in the grape crusher. And so what happens after that? Are you off the set like the rest of the time, or are you still sticking around talking to the other characters, or what?
um I mean, I was in terms of my scene, the only people who I really interacted were Alex, both Alexes, Alex Walker, the actor, Alex the stunty. Um, and that was kind of it because the Latham who plays the Nico the camera guy, he filmed but when I wasn't on set. Um, so honestly, that was kind of it in terms of set, which means I got really close with the stunties and the um crew and stuff. And then I kind of lost track of what the question was. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm
It's like,
like,
okay, so you're just there, you're just on set that one day for your take. That was it.
oh, I was on set for about a week. Um, we filmed up in a place called Matakana, which is like an hour out of Auckland. Stayed there for a couple nights at a vineyard. We had another vineyard that we filmed at. Um, and I was on set pretty much for, yeah, I think 5 days. Had one day when I came in and we did like a funny photo shoot for the tiny little icon that goes on the phone. Um, and that was cool because that was on a day where I think like Devon Shore and that kind of stuff were filming. So I was able to meet him then. Um, and I also, yeah, throughout the whole process, I was able to meet like the rest of the cast. So I was able to meet like Olivia and Mason, Jordana, that kind of thing. I did the script reading before we even started all the filming. I came in and Jordana wasn't actually in New Zealand yet. And so I came in and read for her role, like as, um, what's her character's name again? I can't think of her character's name again. Detective. Wait, it's Hobson Shaw. I can't remember which one she is.
Okay. Let me look it
It's
up.
okay. But
I'll look it up for you real
yeah.
quick.
No, don't look it up. That's embarrassing. But I was a for the script reading, I read for her role, which was really, really cool.
So as Jordana Brewster, she played Jadine Shaw. So
Janine Shaw. Janine. There we
yes.
go. I
Yeah.
was like, I know it's JS because the whole thing is it's the same as Jay's character. But so yeah, I read for her, and that was really cool because I was at the same table with all the producers and all the other actors are there, and they're all meeting each other for the first time. And um, Alex also did that as well, and that was just a really cool experience. And so from that moment on, I kind of ran into them throughout the rest of the process, and we got quite close as like a cast and crew, which is really cool.
That's awesome. That's phenomenal. I love it. I love getting firsthand perspective of how people die in a movie. I love the details. I know it sounds it sounds almost, I don't know, morbid to know this, but I love
Mm,
hearing the
mm,
details. So,
yeah.
and I'm glad you were able to describe it for me. So thank you for that. It gives me
Yes.
a much better. It always gives me like a better idea of how someone died in the movie or how it was done. So
Mm,
because I, I'm like I said, I'm a veteran. I love details.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, a question I like to ask everybody when I talk to them is, if you could have portrayed any other character in the movie, who would it be and why?
Oh, good question. I mean, obvious one would be Ellie because like main character energy. Um, but honestly, maybe Detective Shaw. I feel like that would be such a fun role to play because you kind of have like her very like charming, positive sort of mask that she puts over, and then you have sort of the twisted kind of still kind of charming kind of truth in terms of her being the killer. Spoilers. But yeah, that would be so much fun. I think I would love to be a final girl or even a killer. That would be so much fun.
Well, to me, having the very first death in the movie is a big thing. So, I mean,
Oh, thank you.
it is. It's like when I try to interview people, I always check it the first kill or the lead role. It doesn't matter, the
Mm,
male or female,
mm,
or the final girl. So
yeah.
you're the first kill, and that's a huge accomplishment. I mean, everyone knows who you are because you got killed in a grape crusher. So
Yeah.
who knows? If they make a sequel, they might bring you back. Who knows? I mean,
Who knows? Prequel. Who knows? I
or even a
did talk to
prequel. There we go.
yeah.
I mean,
I did talk to Josh on my last day of filming, um, as in Josh Rubin. And I was like, hey, so what if Adeline had a twin sister who came back and avenged her death? And he was like, oh, okay, I'll think about it. But it was quite funny to joke about that.
that could work. I mean, it's totally doable. I mean, have a twin
Hi,
sister come on.
yeah, yeah. Because I guess it could play into maybe a sort of trope, and we kind of
Yeah.
making fun of that. Who knows? But if I put it out in the universe, maybe it could happen.
Okay. Idea. Your twin sister comes back to
Hmm.
avenge your death.
Hmm.
So I think it'll
Amazing.
work.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so what's next for you? Anything coming up that we can talk about that you can put out to the world?
Um, I filmed a few things in the past year. I filmed something ex like the day after I wrapped on Hard Eyes, which I haven't been announced for, so I can't say the exact project. But it's completely different to Hard Eyes. It's period kind of sort of piece. It's a very small role, but period piece, um, based on real life. I guess I'll say that. And the day I wrapped on Hard Eyes, we had to dye just this part of my hair because obviously I have that bright red hair. That was my actual hair plus some extensions, and I had to to get this bit to be natural so I could put a half wig on for this project I can't talk about. And I looked a little crazy for a bit, but that's a little teaser, I guess, for something that I've got. I just haven't been announced for it yet. Um, but stuff that you can watch now, I do some stuff with a group called Viva La Dirt League here in New Zealand. They're quite big overseas, but they're actually a New Zealand group. Um, and they're a YouTube group. And I just pop on there every now and then. So yeah, if you want to watch something immediately, you can always watch that. Yeah.
Definitely, I would check that out because I'm always up for trying something new.
Yeah.
Especially on YouTube. I'm always trying to follow other creators, so I
Hmm.
can support them as well. So, that's all the questions I have. You've been a wonderful guest. I mean,
Oh,
and
thank
the
you.
unless there's more you want to talk about Hard Eyes, I'm all ears because we still got 10 minutes left. You want to?
Oh, true. Okay. I was trying to make sure I wasn't like blabbering too much because I can be a bit of a blabberer, and just go on these massive tangents. So nice. But now I'm like, I could have talked more. Um, uh, oh, what do I want to talk about? Well, I will say that Hard Eyes was like an incredible experience for me. Like I said, first feature, and it was also the first US feature I did alongside some of my like really, really good friends. So the couple that gets murdered in the van, what are their character names? Sam and Jared, I think. Anyway, the actors Sol Maxwell and Ruby Pledge are two of my like closest friends. So Sol is the one who gets the tire iron. Whoa, my camera just did something crazy. Um, Sol is the one who gets the tire iron through his mouth in the van. And then Ruby is the one who gets slammed onto the tire iron in the trailer. So even if you haven't seen the movie, you'll know
So
what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to get Ruby on my show too. So maybe you can reach out to her. I want to talk to her about her role too.
Oh, fun!
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll talk to her. I'll probably see her, sometime this week. So they're like two of my closest friends. Um, and Soul I even was like best friends with in high school. So we go that far back, and there was such a precious moment when we were at the cast and crew screening. We were all lined up sitting together, and we're there like with our little popcorn and the little heart candy we got given, um and then it all starts, and it was so exciting, and we were so giddy, and it was like a really, really nice experience. Like the support that I've had throughout this movie as well has just been like incredible. um the second screening I went to, I booked out at like a cinema with all my friends. It was like a little cinema, but there was, you know, all of it was my friends, bar like two people who had booked their tickets prior. So I feel for those guys, they were surrounded just by a bunch of like me and my screaming friends. And that was another moment where it was just like so precious. And yeah, and it just really like shows the support that I've had over this project in terms of like people being like, yeah, like we love you, Lauren. And fan edits. I've seen a lot of fan edits on TikTok. Um, and I watch them sometimes when I'm feeling low. I'll just search up Hard Ties movie on TikTok, and they pop up, and it's really fun. Like it's been such a positive experience, and I'm so grateful for it.
the most rewarding part is being part of something that's good, because
Mm.
I mean, to me, the movie is really good. I mean, and plus my wife, she loves Devon Sawa. She's like a fangirl for Devon Sawa, like 100%. So we know we had to watch the movie because of Devon Sawa. But I'm like, you have to appreciate the other actors in the movie as well. So,
Mm,
I mean, not just Devon Sawa, you're her man crush. I mean, it's
yeah.
just
I mean, me too.
it's
Me too.
it's the other actors. I like you, like you and Alex, and all the other. It's just everyone did such a great job, amazing on doing what they had to do in the movie. I mean, I have
Mm,
no complaint. I have no reservations or complaints about the movie. I loved it so much. So I had to watch the second time. Now it was like a week after I had to go watch the second time because I loved it so much. So anyway, give yourself a pat on the back, a high five or something for doing what you did on screen was phenomenal and flawless. So you delivered
Thank you
something
so
definitely.
much.
You're welcome. You've earned it. I mean, it's something that's well deserved, and you just did it perfectly. And I'm super glad I had the chance to talk to you about it and how you were unfortunately crushed in a grape crusher,
Mm,
which really
hmm
sucks. But
Yeah.
so not the way I would want to go, but it's one of the most notable deaths in the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
and the way you screamed, I'm sure it got a lot of people's attention. So
hmm
if you could do that in Hard Eyes, you can do that anywhere in any other movie. Just saying.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway. Yeah. So that's all the time we have. You've been phenomenal. I love you very much, and your role, you
Mm,
did great. So now I'm a huge fan of you. Just saying. I'm gonna put that out there right now. So, I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your career in the future,
mm.
and hopefully I will get to see you more on the big screen.
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me, really. And it's been so much fun talking to you. Um, and hopefully I'll be in another horror movie and then we can come do this again.
You
Um,
should
yeah.
definitely definitely audition more home movies. You have the screen for it. You have the talent. Do it.
I
So
will. I will.
and enjoy it. I don't know what time it is. What time is it in New Zealand? I keep losing track of like time zones.
It's 10:35 in the morning.
Oh, you still have all day. I'm about to go to bed. I'm
I
so
do. Yeah.
enjoy the rest of your day. You've been lovely, and I will see you more on social media and the movies.
Yeah. I'll see you around. Thank you so much. And
Uh,
everybody go stream Hard Eyes.
yes, if you have not seen it, again, shame on you.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
thank you so
thank you
much.
so
You've been wonderful.
much.